Hi everyone, I'm Natalie and welcome to this mini flow. This is an unwind flow all about just releasing up the spine and the hips and energizing the body. Okay, so let's start in standing and let's find the feet underneath the hips here and just find a really upright posture. Let the chest really open up here and just take a few shoulder rolls all the way back. And as we come into these shoulder rolls here, you can start to make them a little bit bigger. And you can start to really connect now with your breath. Almost exaggerate the breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Every time we exhale, whatever part of the class we're in, just try to release, try to relax somewhere in the body. Let's take some shoulder rolls forwards as well. Good, and then just coming into the center, rolling shoulders back and down once again. Breathing in, hunching the shoulders by the ears. Exhale through the mouth, and let it go. Let's do that twice more, breathing in, and let it go. One more time, breathing in, and letting it go. Lovely, let's take some half sun salutations. Standing tall, reaching into extended mountain. Bending the knees and folding forwards, releasing the chin towards the chest. Finding a half lift, so hands to shins, lengthen spine. Folding forwards, release down. Lovely, roll up through your spine. Slowly come to standing. Good, let's do that again. Breathe in, reach high. Exhale, folding forwards all the way down. Inhale, half lift, shoulders draw back. Folding forwards, releasing down. Roll up through your spine. One more time together, breathing in. Folding forwards. Halfway up. All the way down, rolling up through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Come to standing, lovely, good. Just staying where you are, let's take some reach and releases. So feet stay on the hips. Reaching the arms over the head, big stretch. As you exhale, bend the knees, and just let the arms go. So reaching up, breathing in, and releasing, breathing out. Let's try that a few times. I know we don't usually breathe out through the mouth during yoga, but there's certain techniques that really allow us to release that tension in the body. Try a couple more. Next time you reach the arms up, just release those arms all the way down by your sides. Feet stay underneath the hips here. Lovely C shape in the spine. Reaching up and over. Rooting the feet to the floor. And other side, come on up once again. Reaching up and over. Rooting the feet down just so we can go a little bit further. Coming up to center, good. A little bit different this time. Stepping the left foot behind the right. And then take a C shape. Just see if we can go any deeper here. Rooting the feet down wherever they are. And then coming slowly up through center, changing sides. Right foot steps behind the left. Big stretch up and over. And gently come back to the center. Okay, good. Stepping to the tops of the mats now, we'll flow down towards our downward dog together. Reach the arms really high. Folding on the out breath. Stepping back with 2 feet, downward facing dog. Check in. Hands are shoulder width apart. Tuck the chin. Push all of the body weight back, the feet about hip width apart. And just walk out your dog. Maybe there's a few cracks into the toes, and that's normal. Close the eyes for a moment if you like. Really, really arrive in your downward dog. Really breathe fully here. bringing the knees down to the floor. Uncurl the toes for child's pose, a little bit different here. Lift up onto the fingertips, okay? And then rest the head and the chest down. All right, the arms are nice and long, and the idea is to just stretch into the shoulders a little bit further. Take a few really full breaths. Releasing and relaxing on that breath. And just staying in your child's pose, grounding those hands flat down to the floor, their shoulder width apart just as before. And let's start to flow forwards and find the plank just on the knees to start with. Belly draws to the spine. And gently push back, child's pose once again. Breathing in, flow forwards, find that plank position, shoulders draw back. And then pressing back gently, child's pose. Once again, we'll introduce a tiny back extension, so come through into plank. As much as it feels comfortable, let the hips drop, let the chest open just for a moment. And then press everything back. One more time, flow forwards, the hips can release, it doesn't have to be much, just slightly. And then push back, child's pose. Lifting slowly, finding downward dog once again. We'll take a wave, flow for the spine together. So as always, the hands anchoring down, shoulder width apart, chin tucks into chest. Flow into a full plank position with me. Keep the toes tucked under as you drop the knees down. Push the body weight back. When you can't go any further, lift up into downward dog. Let's try that again together. So flow through your spine, let the knees come down, push back, and eventually lift off. Just try a few in your own time. And next time you come to downward dog, just holding full breath. Dropping the knees to the floor, just finding your really rooted all fours position, yeah? So hands coming underneath the shoulders here, knees underneath the hips. The tops of the feet can root as well. And let's just start to find some lovely circles in the hips here. And let's use this opportunity to flow with our breath. Breathe in to come forwards and breathe out to press back. Changing directions, and just again, if you need a little bit more time in one certain area, just slowing it down for that space. Maybe it's the hips here. Next time you come into the center, just holding that all fours position once again. We're going to take a wide lunge forward. So lunging, it doesn't matter which one, but the right leg will stay outside of the right hand, okay? So the idea here is if the back knee is a bit close, there's no stretch for the hip flexor. So shuffle the knee as far back as you can take it. Knee over the ankle in the front foot here, and we're going to draw some circles just as we were doing in all fours. You can inhale to come forwards. You can exhale to come back. And take some circles in the other direction too, building up a real idea of how the hip hips feel on this side. Try not to bring too much tension into the shoulders here. Remember, we can always let tension and stress go with the breath. Coming back into the center, finding a half split, so pushing the body weight back. If you need to lift up onto the fingertips for more space or up onto a block, then you can. So the idea is to straighten and stretch out the back of the leg. Let's work together with 3 breaths. So as you breathe in, see if the chest can lift and the spine can lengthen. And as you breathe out, folding forwards a little bit more. So with the in-breath, lifting, lengthening the spine from tailbone to top of head. Exhaling, relaxing down. Taking one more breath just like that. With your out breath, as always, releasing down. We'll stay for a few breaths. Option to stay supported on the fingertips. Option to walk the fingertips further forwards. Let the head go. And just be with your natural breath. Naturally, we'll take it deeper into poses on the out breath. Well done, walking fingertips a little bit closer, lifting the chest now, find that lunge once again. Good, let's change sides, pushing back or forwards, helping the other foot outside of the hands. So again, maybe you're down on the hands, maybe you need to be a bit higher, just adjust, find your lunge, sink those hips all the way down. You can close the eyes if you'd like to, let's draw some circles in one direction. Breathing in to draw forwards and breathing out to press back. Noticing that the hips on this side of the body are a little bit different. Or maybe they feel the same, just notice. Let's see how it feels circling the other way as well. Coming into the center in that lovely lunge here, pushing back slowly for that half split. Once again, you may with me lift up onto fingertips to find that space, and let's work with a few breaths. Inhaling, lifting chest, lengthening spine. Exhaling, relaxing down as a hinging coming forwards. Inhale, lifting and lengthening. Exhale, releasing and relaxing. One more breath like that. Relaxing all the way down. We'll stay for a few breaths together. You can stay here or walk the fingertips forwards. Release the head all the way down. Lovely natural breaths. And as you know, we will relax with the out breath. We will go further on the out breath. Slowly walking fingertips in towards you, well done, finding that lunge forwards and pressing back gently to all fours, shaking out the legs for a moment, taking those knees as wide as your mat. If that feels comfortable for a wide child's pose, stretch the arms forwards, let the head and the chest just come down in between the thighs, in between the knees here. Just notice where there's tension in the body, maybe it's the spine, maybe it's the hips or anywhere else, and direct your breath into those places. Carry that tension away with the out breath. slowly, slowly help yourself back to all fours. We're going to find a downward dog once again. So knees come in, toes tuck under. And we've been here already. Walk out the feet, one side, then the other. Notice if you need to release off the head from side to side. There's no tension in the neck. And nothing changes with the breath. Keep returning to the breath. This next pose or this next exercise you can do on all fours or you can do in your downward dog. So if you're staying with me in downward dog, feet step really wide and the hands step really wide. Tuck the chin in, press the body weight back and take a sway of your hips from side to side. Try one more on each side, pressing your body weight back, pushing out of the mat with your hands. Well done, good. Bring the hands in, bring the feet in. You're in downward facing dog. Walk your feet forwards. Bend the knees to help you, feet hip width. Can you hold the elbows for a moment? Can you sway the upper body from side to side? Can you bend one knee and then the other? We do tend to bring the eyes to the floor sometimes. We don't want to do that. Bring the eyes almost towards the knees by tucking the chin in. And releasing those fingertips down towards the floor. And just come into your forward fold. Okay, bend the knees just a little bit here. Lunging the right foot way back behind us. We just like to stay in this nice low lunge position. Just let the hips sink slightly. Let the chest lift. Maybe the eye gaze lifts. And then forward folding, stepping to the top of your mat. Other side, take the left leg, the other leg way back. Let the hips press down, let the chest open up. And then forward folding to the top of the mat. Let the chin tuck in, roll that through your spine. Once you're standing here, bring the hands behind the back. Take a few rolls back in the shoulders. And a few full breaths as we open the front of the body. And then releasing off the arms and the legs. So we shake out the body slightly here. And just bring yourself to the top of the mat with me with the feet underneath the hips. Is perfect. Okay, let's do sun salutation together. And again, it's all about the spine releasing off and the hips releasing off. Continue to use that slow yoga breath, starting in mountain pose. Extending both arms over your head here and C-shape to one side. So side bend to one side. Come back up through the center and C-shape to the other side. Come to the center, slowly back extension. As far as feels comfortable, let chest open, let hips draw forwards. Keep the palms together, chin tucks in as we find a fold forwards. Find a half lift, hands to your shin, shoulders back, and fold forwards, releasing down. Lunging the right foot way back behind, sink hips down, lift chest. Downward facing dog, press yourself back. Walking the feet slowly in, finding that forward fold, chin tucks in, roll up slowly into this mountain pose. Breathe in, extend the arms over your head. C-shape the spine as you exhale. Breathe in through the center. C-shape the spine as you exhale. Inhale through center, back extension, exhale. Breathe in through the center and forward fold as you exhale. Half lift, breathe in, and forward fold, breathe out. Breath in, left leg, lunging behind us, sinking down, exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in, walk your feet in, exhaling your fold, release the head, and roll up through your spine, let the shoulders roll back. We'll add on to our flow, breathe in, extending high, C-shape the body, rooting the feet to the mat, coming up through the center, C-shape, continue grounding down, come to the center, back extension, squeezing the glute muscles here, extended mountain, and then forward fold, releasing down, half lift, shoulders go back, forward fold, releasing down, right foot lunging way back behind us. Downward facing dog, press back. We take 3 wave flows. So, come with me here. Full plank position. Option to drop the knees to the floor or hover the knees off the floor as we push back to down dog. Twice more. Breathe in, plank position. Knees can hover or touch the floor. Down dog, try one more. Just make sure we finish in our downward facing dog. Press the heels towards the floor, full breath. Just check in once again with how we're feeling. Walking the feet forwards, forward fold here. Chin tucks in, roll up, and find standing. Reaching arms high, extended mountain. C-shape to one side, let the shoulders be soft. Come through the center and C-shape. Other side, again, shoulders soft. Come to center. Back extension, open the front body. Center and fold. Halfway up. All the way down. Left foot lunging behind. Downward facing dog, press back. We take 3 wave flows in your own time as perfect. Flow to plank. Hover the knees or drop them down. Press back to down dog. Twice more. Making sure we finish in down dog. We take a breath. We take a moment here. Walking the feet through, find your fold, release the head down, roll up slowly, roll the shoulders back, one more each side, reaching arms high here, C-shape to one side, come through center, other side, center, back extension, open up, center and fold when you're ready. Half lift, forward fold, lunging the right foot behind. Downward dog, press back, 3 wave flows. Come to plank once again, breath in. And press back, downward dog, breath out. 2 more. It's all about this wave in the spine. This fluid motion in the spine. Once you've taken 3, hold your downward dog. Walking feet through, forward fold, roll up to stand up, shoulders back, final flow today, arms reach high, over to one side, into the center, other side, into the center, Back extension, opening up as we get warmer. Through the center, forward fold, releasing down. Half lift. Forward fold, lunging left leg behind. Finding downward dog, 3 wave flows. Final time, come to plank, breath in. Waving through spine, breath out. Downward dog, twice more. As always, finish in that downward dog. And eventually come to wide child's pose. The knees can rest, the big toes can come together, the head can come down, the chest can come down to rest. Check in with your natural breath. We've got a few more minutes to hold a couple poses together. Connecting with the breath and slowing that breath down. And just slowly now, helping yourself to all fours. So 2 more poses together. We'll take our one leg child's pose. So we're opening the inner thighs. And then we'll come into our pigeon pose. We're opening into the hips. Lots of options here. So in our all fours position, ground yourself down, draw the belly in, and just start by taking one leg out to the side of the body. And ground that foot down, okay, just like you are in Warrior 1 or Warrior 2, root that foot to the floor. Tuck the back toes under, okay, you don't have to do that, but I find it supports you a bit more. And when you're ready, start to press the hips back. Okay, so if it feels better to uncurl the toes, sometimes you can go all the way back. Search for the stretch inside your thigh here. If you want more, walk the hands forwards. Just find your sensation, find your edge. Deep breaths here. Well done, and slowly help yourself up to center, hands under shoulders. The knee can come back underneath the hips. Other side together, take the foot wide, ground your foot down. Take a breath in. Exhale to sink back. And just find your edge. Maybe you're walking forwards. Full breaths. And just slowly help yourself back. Hands under shoulders. Knees come back in underneath the hips. Well done. Let's release the hips to finish in our pigeon pose. So let's bring the right knee forwards behind the right wrist. You're just kicking the foot underneath the body as far as you can go comfortably. And then sliding the back foot away. Release down today, maybe to the forearms, maybe to the forehead. Close the eyes down and just feel the breath. Feel the breath, fill the body. And feel that same breath, relax the body. Just stay low in your pigeon pose. See if we can take one more breath. And then lifting to your hands, helping yourself slowly into your all fours. Shake out the leg if you need to, and let's change over other side. Left knee behind left wrist. Let the foot kick underneath the body. Let the back knee slide away. And release yourself to extend your pose. Again, let every breath be full. Fill the lungs. Let the body move with the breath. Let the body expand with the breath and relax, breathe out. Just taking one more breath here. Just surrendering into the pose, letting go of any resistance. And then eventually help yourself in. Finding that all fours position, shaking out the leg. Come on into cross-legged. Sitting tall, circling the arms gently over the top of the head, bringing the hands into heart center, full breath in. Slow breath out, relax. And just bowing down in Namaste. Well done, lovely. Returning into the room here, thanks so much for joining me for this Unwind Yoga Flow today. Thank you.